every time you as you progress through it.
It's like a little bit
Yeah.
Breath of the Wildy too,
That's-
right?
that's
With
a
things that you sort of encounter.
hard thing to do.
And it's procedurally generated. But I'm playing with a bunch of people on a server, so I don't know if that makes it better. But it's fun to play with your friends too. That's
seems cool.
Big cool part of it.
Hello, everybody. Nice little banter to warm up our stream. It's been a while.
Thanks.
I am the Poo-Too. We are here on a Monday night to do some D&D after a very long and arduous season of schoolwork and working and everybody just being busy. So we're happy to be together here tonight. We're kicking it off here with another Unbeaten Path. We'll get you caught up to speed and hopefully be a little bit more regular on these videos and stream sessions. So I'll kick it off the Poo-Too Cruise here. I'll kick it off to our DM, the PS the Zombie. How are you, Zombie?
I'm doing good. It's nice to have enough of a break in school that we can actually have a little game going. Definitely have missed D&D. I've been able to watch some D&D content on YouTube. Not been able to produce any of my own, so it's been fun. Fun to get back together.
Hopefully,
hopefully
some of that content. Yeah, hopefully some of that YouTube content was on our YouTube page. Shout out to our YouTube page. All right, sorry, continue.
Every once in a while, I do need to refresh my memory of what's happened in the past. But yeah, for our viewers, we're playing a campaign that I've called the Unbeaten Path. It's a sort of roguelike-esque campaign in theory. But the plot so far is there's a kingdom, an ambitious king opened a doorway to this ever-changing maze called the Unbeaten Path, which connects various realms, told to have riches and valuables therein. But this king was assassinated, and at the behest of his wife, the queen, our heroes have entered the path to search for the prince who is now king, thanks to his father's death. They have not yet found him. Our heroes took to the path and made it as far as they could and died. But through the mysterious power of said path, they found themselves returned to the entrance, as seems to be the path's prerogative. We are now on our hero's second cycle through the path, where they find themselves in a unique scenario of a pirate adventure, where previously they had rooms full of enemies to fight. They now seem to have a slightly more involved role in the story. So yeah, maybe quick introductions.
I traditionally start, and so therefore I will. My name's Battle Armor. I'm playing a mechanically high elf, racially Avarial, who goes by Karos Fester. I'm an artificer, and specifically armor artificer, and specifically an armor artificer with some aspect to a couple of access to a couple of channel divinities, as is a part of this game.
I believe.
Yes, I neglected to mention, but one of the aspects of this particular game, in keeping with the roguelike concept, is the receiving of unusual boons that would be off abilities that are not typical for their class and sentence. I believe Poo-Too generally goes second.
That's right. The Poo-Too slot's the second spot. I play a Mubis Kalfin. He is a Minotaur race, but he is a Grave Domain cleric. But he's getting a bit of his hooves, a little bit of his toes dipped into the Paladin class, and is getting some traits from that. So that's a little bit about him.
I'm a climate changer. I'm playing Alibaba, who is the tiefling warlock, who's been granted a few little boons on the side as well after his first journey through the maze. And, he's a little sketchy, Newt is also his familiar there. It's a red-winged blackbird. They usually don't last long.
It was once a newt, hence the name.
It's spelled different, however. N-O-O-T.
Yeah, now it feels like the sound a bird would make, maybe.
Nice.
All the animals all make that noise now, even if it doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that's right. As for what's immediately happened, they found themselves on an abandoned beach, built themselves a boat, set out on the water, were found and retrieved by pirates who seem to have maybe a sort of denial about what they are, refuse to hear anything other than we're pirates on the open sea. They found themselves a derelict vessel and boarded it. And upon attempting to go below deck, Karos found himself face to face with a skeleton pirate. And with that done, can you give me a Constitution saving throw, Karos?
I can indeed.
Right off the bat.
Pretty good. Whoop. 17.
Might as well. All right. Immediately upon seeing this skeletal pirate, you are hit with a wave of foul stench. But your excellently well-crafted suit of armor's filtration system manages to remove the bulk of the stench, though no filtration system on Earth could remove all of the atrocity you're smelling. You sense that it could have been bad, but was not. Let's roll initiative.
Let's do it.
Okay. Gotta select the character first.
Oh wait, I gotta clear this now.
Are we sure that foul stench is not us? We have not showered in days.
You're not sure.
Speak for yourself.
You might have to do it once more, Alabama.
Oh.
Just because I cleared it, I think right as you rolled.
Holla at you, boy. 23.
I had a 10.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's an incredible roll. You've got.
Yes, he is a dexterous.
Yeah, a real dexy guy.
He's a lean
cow.
That's what they call
He's
me.
on the right hoof.
Lean beef.
Right.
So, some of our original concepts for him were skeletal almost.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
For a grave cleric cow, that makes sense.
Indeed.
Sort of a 7 fattened calves, 7 famine calves.
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah, I like that.
Indeed. All right, Amubis, you are up to bat. I did a bat gesture.
Okay,
which I realized just seemed like I was pausing for an unnecessary amount of time.
So, remind me what the landscape is. I'm still above deck. Is
Correct.
Karos is the only one.
Karos is at. He's not even down. I'd say he's like a couple steps down. A stairway that leads below deck. So this artwork is accurate in some ways and not accurate in others. There are not giant fingers, which I know it looks like. That just happened to be the artwork I picked. They're just regular rocks. But all the stairways you see are stairways that lead below deck. So Karos is still technically upper deck. The Skeleton Pirate is below deck. But basically, they're both on a stairwell, and you are fully above deck.
And I can see them, right? I can see him and the pirate, or just him.
Yeah, he's just past Karos.
Okay. Well,
I'll say, yeah, you can see him just fine because he's starting to come up out of below deck.
Then Anubis will go back, fiend, and I will use spiritual weapon to get my soul shield up. I basically summon it.
Terrific.
I kind of make it like an apparition off of my shield. It almost appears to come off part of my shield.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so I think kind of almost like in Legend of Zelda, the mirror shield, it projects a beam of light, which becomes a manifest spiritual weapon.
Accident.
And you attack the Skeleton Pirate with it. Our Freight 11 does miss. Your shield getting around Karos and down the stairs, it just can't quite make the angle.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Bumps against the wall. It was no mechanical. There was nothing mechanical about you blocking it. That's just flavor.
No, I know.
The dimensions of this are all wrong. I'll need to talk to the shipmaster. So, can I do anything else that turn? Or
can you control the Sun Smasher? Just confirm with me.
I've got so much.
I think I had it set up where you could.
Hang on. Yes, I can.
I think I've got. Okay, cool. So that was your bonus action.
Okay.
And it was your cast a spell as well. So I think you can still do an action and possibly a cantrip. I don't remember the exact rules.
Then I will do... I'm just going to try a shield smash. Just kind of lower my horns and shield down and try to do a shield smash. Solar shield attack.
So I'm going to say with the current setup, Karos is in your way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a narrow corridor, and technically the Skeleton Pirate is at the bottom of some steps that Karos is at the top of, and you guys can't occupy the same space, so you cannot quite get to it.
Can I cast some sort of spell around him? Could I do a guiding bolt or something around?
Yeah, you already cast a spell this turn, but I think a cantrip's acceptable. Maybe Battle Armor can confirm that for me.
Yes.
I think that's acceptable.
Action, spiritual weapon, and you can use a cantrip as much as you like.
So cantrip, yes. Spell, no.
Sacred Flame!
Nice. Well, he will do a dexterity saving throw. Once I find his character sheet. Man, this gets so crowded.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
it really does.
Mates it, beats it, I believe. So your sacred flame almost seems to get absorbed by the darkness below the ship. You sense that this is an evil place.
I sense this is an evil place.
Nice. Alibaba, 'tis your turn.
So I actually got a 10 on my first initiative roll.
A 10. Oh, yeah.
So it should technically be Skeleton Pirate, is what you're saying?
Technically. Mm-hmm.
A shame.
Thank you for that.
'Tis a shame, but I'm honorable.
A man true to his word.
We live and die by the dice, gentlemen.
We live in a society.
Yeah, so this skeleton pirate will make an attack
Come at me, bro.
with its claws.
Yeah, my weakness.
How dare you?
No.
How dare you?
Yeah, it scratches uselessly at your armor. But I think shuffling up from below deck will be 2 more skeletal piratey fellers. I will add them to initiative. Once I get them where they're visible to the audience.
You need to see these audience.
Yeah, they will join in later. All right. Other than that, their skeletal pirate, he's mostly blocked by Gross. He will stay put. But these other skeleton crew, they are now on deck. And now it's Alibaba's turn.
Oh no. More
Right,
variables.
It's everyone's HP.
I gotta zoom out so I can see them. Okay. So there's nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide.
No.
This changes everything. Typical strategy might
Doesn't
not
it,
even
though?
work. Okay.
Newt, I believe, also moves on your turn, maybe after your initiative. Is that how familiars work?
I believe familiars roll their own initiative. I think you're maybe thinking of summons, but many DMs rule that familiars just move on your initiative because it's way easier.
Okay. Well, then he can just move on my turn then. Or whatever you rule.
I'll let you move him before your turn because he should have gone already. If you want. Yeah. Otherwise, you can just have him hold an action.
He's just gonna fly out over the water because I don't want him to die.
Sounds good.
He's not really gonna do anything else.
Perfect. If he wants to, he can perch on one of those rocks, or he can just keep hovering. It doesn't matter.
He's just going Newt.
Anubis calls out, "Don't forget the olive branch." Noah reference ×2. I did that last time.
you got the 2 hit streak.
That's right.
So Alibaba is gonna back up slightly, just kind of behind this cannon here, and he's gonna cast. Okay, this is a humanoid, right?
They are undead. I will say it's easy to infer these are undead.
Okay, all right. Man, that spell is useless.
No roll required.
Yeah, I think that about so many spells that I have on my bard. I'm like, wow, I've never used this shit.
You just only play humans against human. So in that case, I am Alibaba seeing the skeleton crew pop up out of the back, turns his back and casts Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Where Eldritch Blast. Gotta find it. And he cast Eldritch. There we go. On this skeleton. That's
the far right one.
Yeah, the far right one.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, so your typical fire encased Eldritch Blast strikes him, blows a nice chunk out of his torso. It does still stand, but you've done serious damage.
The flask is just kind of glowing like a heated metal.
Yeah, and he's like on fire now, and the way his collar has lit, there's like flames shooting out of his skeletal eye holes.
Nice.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Is there any cover?
Yeah, I'd say those circles.
Oh, okay.
Those circles, I'll say, are masts. So if you wanted to get close to one of those, you get some cover. Those cannons are actually there, so if you wanted to crouch behind one, you might have to go prone to actually get cover from it. But
okay. Well, I don't want to.
I'll say certainly the mass, and then kind of at the stern of the ship there is an elevated portion. You could go up there potentially. It's up to you.
I don't think I could get there without a reaction against me. So, I'm just gonna put my back against this mast, I guess.
Yeah. So the skeleton pirate that's next to Karos, he's not technically on deck yet, so you could move past him without invoking a attack of opportunity.
Okay. Well,
But
in
it's
that
up to you.
case, I would like to treat this like I'm at my original spot and head up here. To try and get away from that other skeleton. I guess, am I looking down at the...
Yeah, you can see pretty much the whole deck from where you are now.
All right.
Karos.
Yeah, indeed. I am going to probably just take a wind-up booming blade punch at this dude that's right the heck in front of me.
And why not?
Seems like an appropriate action to take.
That'll definitely hit.
A dirty 20. And we'll go ahead and... Been a while since I used Roll20, trying to remember all these things.
Heck yeah.
13 damage.
Y'all are the 13 damage crew.
Yeah. It's true. And he is obviously has one of my little tracker markers on him, which is currently making a small beeping noise, and is got some little taser prongs, as we described.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of do an uppercut to him, and it shoots right up the foramen magnum, as I'm learning in biology class.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Well
now there's
done.
like blinking blue lights that come out of his eyes. They sort of blink every second or so.
Like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. That classic blue light of our established Power Ranger-esque colors.
Indeed.
Anubis.
Well established from the start, and nobody can say otherwise.
No one can say otherwise. Nothing. There were no hiccups in this process.
Go Beta Bros. All right. Can I get by to go below deck, or are they kind of pushing up to above deck?
Battle armor, refresh me on moving through an enemy space.
I believe you can move through a friendly space. I believe you cannot move through an enemy space, unless you have something, or maybe.
Unless you're smaller than them.
I think if you're smaller than them, they might count as difficult terrain. I know there are some instances where enemies count as difficult terrain. I will go.
Yeah, these are medium. So I'm going to say you cannot
larger than you
get within melee because Karos is in the way. Karos is in the way of standing right in front of the skeleton pirate, and the skeleton pirate is in the way of getting below deck.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I'm actually going to go ahead and roll initiative for the second skeleton crew, because spoiler alert, there's just the two of them.
Entirely fair.
Okay, so I sent.
Can I
Go ahead.
can I say I'm like right here?
Sure.
All right.
Would you have taken a? Oh, that. Do you not?
What's up?
What did he do to get over there? Was it a teleport?
No, he just walked up the stairs. The skeleton pirate is technically below deck, so he can move
deck.
above deck and
Of
up
course.
there without.
I think I
getting
missed
an
that
opportunity
above
attack.
instead of below.
I don't want this pirate
So,
trying to hack at my feet.
You and the skeleton pirate are on a stairwell that's about 10 feet long. You're at the top of it. He's at the bottom.
We're doing a Pirates of the Caribbean fighting on the stairwell.
Correct. This is all very Pirates of the Caribbean. If we ever figured out how to get music on roll, which we did not.
Not copyrighted.
You got me. You got me for that.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I actually had some decent battle music, but I was like, I don't even know how to make this work.
Yeah, I think we need a Discord bot or something to figure it out.
Amoebas.
It could be, no, we needed a version of, this is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow, the SNL parody.
Exactly.
That's what he do. I will send the Sun Smasher down into the stairwell, and it ricochets off the hallways. Captain America.
Yeah, it's incorporeal. It can easily get down there.
But it's still ricochets.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll for it.
Okay. I really want the ricochet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does ricochet. I mean, it's mechanically incorporeal. Oh, a critical hit.
It can mechanically do whatever you want it to.
It was because of the ricochet.
Go ahead and roll damage.
It was the fact that you said ricochet delayed it for that half second to get a crit and the RNG values.
How does it,
oh, you're kidding. That's rough.
How does it feel about that damage? Is it like, ow, that really hurt? Or is it, ow, that didn't hurt that much?
That was dang near minimum damage for that.
I know.
Yeah, that's really rough. But it feels perfectly neutral about that damage. Yeah, your shield skirts by, and as it goes by, whack, knocks the entire leg off. So now it's on one leg. But like that GIF where the guy kicks out the leg from the plastic chair and the other guy's just sitting there and he doesn't fall over at all. Yeah. The skeletal pirate remains standing. But you do plenty good damage against it.
Well, I will
you
try
still have an
something
action.
Else.
And you still have movement.
I think
you can cast a spell for your action.
Yeah, you can cast a full spell now because you didn't cast.
Swinging with your spiritual weapon is not a cast of a spell. It is an implementation of an existing.
What a great spell, by the way.
Oh, so good. I just picked it up on my bard, and I am loving it.
All right, I'm going to try to send a guiding bolt down in there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do. Let me tick it off on my spells.
You're still going for the skeletal pirate?
Yeah. So
cool.
I'm going to kind of prop up against the side of the wall and just kind of awkwardly push Karos excuse me, just give me a little, just need a little room here, and then
sorry.
And I kind of push to the side of him so I can get a bead on it, like a aim on it, and then I send it its way.
Sadly, that's just a little bit too little. So your guiding bolts, thanks to your god Ubtao being the god of mazes, they do take an atypical path in that they do wind and in right angles and turns tend to go around corners. They don't just head out in a straight line. But as it winds down, it doesn't like the dark either. As it heads down, it seems to almost lose its way and veers off to the side when it should be hitting him. and misses.
No one likes the dark.
Is Newt just staying put?
He is going to move over here.
Cool.
Just kind of flutter in place.
Sounds good. So this is the skeletal crew on the left. It's going to shamble down towards Amubis. And it's going to do a claw attack.
No, hang on here. Hang on. We just met. Let's talk this out, friend.
Does 13 hit?
It does not.
Yeah, it scratches at your shield, but you're quite dexterous and you're able to easily block its uncoordinated attacks. Skeleton pirate, he remains blocked by Karos. He cannot head up the stairs, and so he's just going to make another attack towards him.
Good luck.
He's going to do another claw attack.
Oh, that will do it.
Oh wow, cool.
Fair.
All right, you take 7 slashing damage and have to do a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, paralysis is quite a bad thing.
Which you pass.
I save, so I will take my 7 damage on the chin.
So yeah, it rather than claws, it swings a rusty sword that might as well be claws, and it manages to wedge itself in between some plates on your armor and do some not inconsequential damage, but
More concerned about tetanus than anything else.
Its spooky ghost powers do not manage to penetrate as your armor's purging systems manage to defend against such an attack.
Anti-spooky ghost implementations.
Indeed. Well, that's the advantage of magical armor, as it doesn't defend just against physical, biological attacks, but it does defend against magical stuff as well.
Stark, I can incorporate magic.
Alibaba.
Ooh. Hey there. From his high perch, he's gonna attempt to blast this pirate captain.
So I'm going to say the skeletal pirate because he's still below deck, technically. He's the only one you can't see. So you can see the other two. You can see the skeleton crew, both of them, easily. But the pirate, he's down a set of stairs, and the stairs lead downwards towards the stern of the ship there. So you cannot even see him at all from your current position. I'm sorry if I misrepresented that last time.
In that case, he probably wouldn't notice and think about the pirate. He would instead focus back on that one skeleton. He hates this skeleton in particular.
As he well should.
Screw this guy in particular.
I'm assuming that hits.
Oh, yeah. Terrific.
So his flask, burns with light, and it kind of shoots a bolt out of his staff.
Yeah, that bolt flies towards this skeleton crew member who gets knocked overboard, and you do not see from him again.
Good shot, Alibaba.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Just a little pirate dance. Maybe go over to the. I guess that would be an action to check to see if I could steer this ship. Anyway, that's it.
I mean, I can interpret it as an item interaction. If you want to give it a go.
All right, spin the wheel.
We're having fun.
Spin that wheel.
So you grip the wheel, you give it a tug, and it doesn't budge. you can infer it's stuck on something.
Duly noted.
Yes, because we thought the ship was a crashed one, correct? Or
yes, it's like amongst rocks. It appeared to be derelict. It's in worn down condition.
Indeed.
I don't think we're going to be stealing this one.
A shame. My turn?
Yes.
Cool. I'm gonna punch him again.
Sounds good. 15 will hit.
Sweet. Big old punch. 12.
Yeah, he
Fucking butt.
yeah, your Falcon Punch. You sort of hit center mass on this one, and a large blast of your thunder damage does a shockwave, knocks off all his pirate clothes. He's now just solidly a skeleton with a tri-cornered hat on, still standing, but only just barely. Anything further?
Indeed, no. I have not much in the way of bonus actions. I can take off my helmet if I'd like to, but I'm not.
Seems unwise in this scenario.
Indeed. What with the stench and all that.
Mm-hmm. You are mechanically immune to it for 24 hours.
Well, sweet.
The chat,
Amubis.
the Twitch chat has you pegged, Karas. Chasmin said that you were out here trying to be One Punch Man.
I am indeed. Also, I always find it hilarious that you call my girlfriend by your daughter's name. It's very interesting.
I also said Jasmine.
Jasmine.
I think you said Jasmine.
No. No, I did not. Because that would be weird. But she is blowing. I just want to give her a shout before I keep playing. She is blowing up the chat with some good jokes that are making me crack up, and I'm sure our listeners as well. So keep them rolling.
She appreciates it immensely.
Keep them rolling. Okay, I'm going to try another solar shield. No.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that totally hits.
Okay, cool. So he kind of pushes. This is his like ramming attack. So he was gonna like go down in there. Does that make sense?
I mean, you still can't reach it. You still can't get past Kuros.
Okay, then never.
But your spiritual weapon can.
Yes, that is what
I mean, that was your spiritual weapon, right?
No, that's my spiritual weapon, unfortunately.
Well, the spiritual weapon misses.
Then maybe a sacred flame. Aha!
Yeah,
3.
We'll do that. Save and throw. Dexterity is this guy's strongest stat. And he yet again manages to use the shadows to move past.
He is also dexterous and uses the shadows, and I am dexterous and uses the light. I have found my rival.
Did you mean to do spiritual weapon the first time?
Yes, but I hit solar shield. But
egad, alas.
Well, you could still use that roll if that was just an accident.
Are you sure? Because those stats
because 20 handily hits. No, look, it's only one different.
Hey, I'm down if you're down, man.
So it would have been a 20 if you had just pressed the right button. I'm not going to hold that against you.
Well, okay. I'm going to hit this damage.
Go ahead and roll damage for the spiritual weapon.
Oh, for the spiritual weapon. Sorry. Okay.
For the spiritual weapon.
All right. Rolling damage for the spiritual weapon. There we go.
But should it be 11?
No, because they have very different damage.
Never mind.
Right. Good try. That was a good attempt.
Yeah. You got to push your DMs.
That's the
No, I'm not going to begrudge someone like accidentally clicking the wrong button.
Not a big deal.
That's not really, because if we were in real life, you would have rolled a d20 and like the number would have been sitting there. It wouldn't have an attack attached to it.
That's right.
Could have turned it into a evasion check if you would wanted to be perfectly honest.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks a lot, COVID. Can't do it in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I across the country, so it's not like
I know.
COVID's real.
No, blame COVID. Distance.
But yes, with
you guys could play in person, and we could be on laptops just looking at you.
With your spiritual weapon hitting, the skeleton pirate, your spiritual weapon kind of comes through his body, smacks out his torso, replaces it for a moment, and he looks down at the shield like a cartoon before he crumbles into a pile of bones. And the skeleton pirate is no more. And I will return your action to you because that was done after.
Okay. Well, he first grins and says no bones about it. And then he looks around. Does he see any other is there any other skeleton crew around, or is that it?
Yes, there's one directly to your right.
All right.
There's a skeleton right upon you.
Okay. Is he within ramming distance, or am I still boxed in? Oh, goody.
He is within melee distance.
Oh,
ramming speed.
He's that skeleton crew who's right above your character.
The one who is
having trouble seeing it. Yeah, that'll hit him.
Yes, it will. Yeah, yar.
Yeah. So yeah, you thrust at him with your solar shield, sun side up, and shatter a few of his bones, but nothing structurally he needs. He remains standing.
Sunny side up.
Do you care to move or anything like that once you're Amubis?
Sure, I'll kind of slide out of the way. And
you may take an opportunity attack.
Never mind, I can't go anywhere.
You can
around him. You could go around the other side to flank him. You could do a number of things.
No, I'll stand my ground.
Sound good.
I will stand.
You could just talk to him.
Will Newt do anything?
He's gonna stay.
All right.
Nothing going on with Newt.
The skeletal crewman will take another swing at Amubis.
No. Yes, 8.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah, these guys have not been lucky today. They've just been clawing haplessly at people's various shields. And Alibaba, it's your turn.
I think
the skeleton crewman will not.
The world famous Eldritch Blast.
Dang, that hits yet again.
I just can't miss tonight. So
just can't get enough.
He's on fire.
Just like his Eldritch Blast.
Yes, your Eldritch Blast indeed does Eldritch Blast him and knocks away everything of this skeleton except for one leg, the spinal column, and the skull. It remains standing, but oh my gosh, this guy's not feeling good. Do you care to move, Alibaba?
Yeah, I'm gonna move down there.
Sounds good. Gross.
All right, I'm gonna do a fun thing that I ain't done before. I'm gonna move around this corner here, and in keeping with my various Tony Stark references, I'm going to briefly focus and clasp my fists together, and two little turrets on my right shoulder and one on my left shoulder. They're gonna shoot out a magic missile at this dude. So I will just deal that damage, not even have to roll for it to hit, but I will roll 1d4
that was
plus
cool.
1. Ah.
I believe 2 is the minimum for magic missiles anyways. But even that first magic missile is plenty.
That's hilarious. it is 3, but I think there's a yeah. So that first one does just kill him.
Yes, thou singing birds do fly, and
Pew.
in Mandalorian fashion, explode the bits of this skeletal feller.
Well, fantastic.
Give me a quick insight check as you kill the final skeletal dude.
I will do so. My insight is not fantastic. 7.
7? They're dead. Nicely done.
They are 100% dead. Got him.
We love to see him dead. All right, we
Racking.
are out of combat.
I don't think they're dead, Alibaba.
You've got another, 50
Can you kill what's
50 seconds or so on your spiritual weapons. So I'll let you keep it up for now. But yeah, y'all are free to do as you please on this derelict vessel.
I don't remember my accent.
So,
I'm gonna go
What's up?
to recall,
Blow deck.
what?
Yeah, just to remind y'all, there was a captain's cabin that was locked by some magical means. And I think that's about all we investigated before
Yeah, I think that's
happened.
we had. And we were gonna go below deck to go and see if we could find a key for it before we went traipsing around trying to unlock the door with our magical means or whatever.
Can you remind me
True.
what happened to the crew that was aboard? Can you remind me what happened to them?
We just killed them. This is a
Oh.
different ship.
This is not the pirate ship. This was a derelict vessel that you found on the pirate ship. The pirates remain on their own ship. You took a rowboat to get
That's right. Okay.
They were like, "Oh, you want to explore the ship?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure, we'll explore the ship." And
yeah,
so
they
took a brief.
being, I would say, conspicuously trusting, sent you on your own to explore this ship with no offer of additional help.
Pirates, am I right?
Let's go below.
Pirates, am I right?
Should we go below deck?
Yes, let's check below deck.
Sure.
Swell.
Nothing bad can happen.
We certainly killed them. I am 100% assured of this fact.
I'm going to say spiritual weapon goes ahead and fades. Now, Kuros and Alibaba, you can easily see it below deck, but it is pitch black. So Amubis and Newt are not going to be able to see without assistance. Unless Newt, I don't think Newt has dark vision in this form.
No. Newt's
A fat little.
just going to stay on deck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
Let me see.
So Amubis, you can try to produce light, or you can try to go below with no light, or you can stay above. Your choice.
I'll use the light cantrip on my.
Sweet.
And then I do I have to? What's the?
You have to use it on something.
Okay, I'll use it on my shield.
Cool. Totally. Yeah, your shield is now like a flashlight. It shoots out a beam of light that makes things easily visible to you.
Another mirror shield reference.
Correct. And I'm making it the Majora's Mask mirror shield.
Oh.
And you got to deal with it.
All right, we try
with the weird face.
It's so weird. It's the weirdest.
Viewers of Twitch, we try not to be controversial, but that was a very controversial statement. As you know, there are multiple versions of the mirror shield.
No.
We do not endorse any one of them.
We've established that his shield is half a sun, half a maze, and its projection looks much like that. Anyways, below deck, are y'all having a look around? Are y'all?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a right proper gander.
Okay.
Alibaba's going to look for the most valuable thing he can find.
All right. So let's have Kuros give me a perception check, and Alibaba can give me an investigation check. Because he's looking a little bit more in depth.
One more, and I get a jackpot.
Ding, 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 ding. Y'all are quite the pair, aren't you?
Just rotting wood.
I will say that between the two of you, you have a look around, and you feel like there's nothing that would be of value to you. There is wood, there's rotted rations, there's rusty supplies like, hammers and cannonballs. But you're like, these things are heavy and unwieldy. Like, why would we take these with us? You do not see anything of interest below deck.
I'm going to use my ability. It's Eyes of the Grave. I have the ability to occasionally sense the presence of undead. So I'm going to do that.
Ooh. Good.
Spooky.
The nonverbals mean I did good.
So you close your eyes and focus on your god, like you're training the tenets of your faith, and attempt to visualize things abhorrent to you, which would be things cheating death. That's something you don't normally agree with. Like, living things should live, dead things should stay dead. And as you do this, a pulse kind of goes through the ship. This is not a large ship, so I'll say 60 feet is enough to cover, all the relevant bits of it, and pretty much the whole ship. And you do not sense any further undead. I'll say, just like for my campaign and for fun, that there's kind of levels to this. That it's not just like yes undead or no undead. So your consciousness kind of follows a winding path, like a maze, as it goes throughout the ship. And it pauses on the remains of the 3 crew members that you have put to permanent rest. And they're no longer undead, they're just remains. But almost through that consciousness, you acknowledge that these were once undead creatures. And finally, as your consciousness returns to you, you see a flash, just like a brief pulse of yellow light from the 3 of you, and then you return to your own consciousness. So by that, you gather this ship is free of undead at this point.
With an ominous air to it.
With a terrifying. No.
I let my party know. I turn to Karos and Alibaba, and I tell them that I don't sense any undead at this present time.
Yes, I could see there's no one in the ship.
Oh, okay.
With my 9 investigations.
Of course.
Fairly obvious to me. I mean, I was quite sure that they were dead when we killed them, and I can't hear anyone else, so makes sense.
Can anyone see any keys for the captain's quarters?
I can't find any. No.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna do an investigation check for keys. Yes.
All right then.
Rolling like a king tonight.
You, when you did your Eyes of the Grave, in your lingering on the bodies of the 3 crew members, you came to notice that the skeletal pirate was dressed as a captain, and this inspired you to rifle through the remains of him, and some of them were scattered by Coros's thunder damage, which tends to have a spread to it when it makes contact. But through tracking down where the scraps are, you manage to find a key amongst these skeletal pirates' belongings.
I found it. It was a little misplaced because someone had to screw up things, mess stuff up a little bit with their thunder damage. And I do the sitcom look at Karos with the keys.
Sorry.
And cue the background audience laughter.
Yeah.
With his helmet down, Karos, the face of his helmet remains emotionless, and it additionally mildly alters the sound of his voice, a la Batman v Superman's Batman voice, where he has mild voice change to it. So, like, everything he says always could be conceived, could actually be sarcastic. It's really impossible to tell whether he's being genuine most of the time while his helmet's down.
I am indeed crying.
I'm so sorry.
I go use my keys on the door.
Cool.
Keys to the bins. Keys to the bins.
Yeah, you head up on deck and use the key in the captain's door, and as you place the key in the lock, you don't even fully insert it or turn it. Like, it seems like just upon contact with the key, the door flies open. It was waiting to be found. And in the captain's quarters, there is no bed, no table, no bench, no nothing but a singular chest in the center of the room.
Ooh.
I don't like this setup.
That looks good. I am very interested.
I'm gonna go ahead and let Alibaba probably.
Yeah, I'm assuming all of you like went above deck and followed on this process.
There's nothing.
I see no reason not to.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on here below deck. So
let me try this lock here. Get the key and everything.
Alibaba, I would check for traps. It seems quite the setup here.
Oh, okay. My natural insight, I probably shouldn't rely on that. So let me look around.
You having a look around?
Looks pretty good. I don't know about the traps or anything.
Yeah, if you want to check for traps, you can either do Thieves' Tool proficiency if you're proficient in that, or you could do an investigation check. Or if you're just checking the room in general, perception will do just fine. It's up to you.
I believe I have Thieves' Tools, but my team is garbage.
But so investigation.
Yeah, so investigation, perception, or Thieves' Tools, whichever you feel like doing. I mean, nothing looks out of order. You see a pretty ordinary looking wooden chest in the center of the room. And other than that, just an empty room.
It looks good to me, so I'm going to just go for it.
All right.
I'm
going to steal myself for potential Mimician action.
You approach the chest. It does not appear to be locked. It just has kind of ordinary latches just to keep it closed, which you can easily flip up, and you toss the top of the chest up to reveal its contents, and immediately flies out of it the same sort of energy that you saw fly out of living creatures, which are immediately sucked into your vessel. This seems to be more than just killing enemies had given you. This is quite a lot. And it's all different colors. Like, In the past, it had been all yellow or all red or all blue. This is a mix of all three, and it flies into your flask. There's also in the chest, there's gold, silver, and electrum coins. So it's, quite heavy laden. And most interesting of all, a very beautifully crafted dagger.
I would like to see what this dagger is.
Yeah, you pick it up out of the chest. It's like
normal dagger right now, but
the dagger is like, it's just placed on top of all the gold coins, and it is a Chris style dagger, so the blade is wavy, and in its hilt is set an hourglass, and it's set in a fitting so that it's weighted, so whichever way you hold the dagger, the hourglass is always upright.
I'm getting some major Pirates of the Caribbean vibes here. And I know what happened when they took the gold, so...
Well, I think we'll probably have to take some of it and give it to the crew if they demand some. I'm not certain since they are just sort of actors. If I don't know if they'll actually take some of the gold or not, but it would fit into their role to take some. So I imagine they'd like to. How about we grab the whole chest, take it back? Maybe you keep that dagger.
Yeah, two of you can carry the chest together. It's not of such a size and weight that two ordinary people couldn't carry it, but it will take two of you.
I am fine to be one of those two.
Sounds good to me. I'm not very strong.
I'm not either. None of us.
There's not a strength requirement. It's just a 2-person job. It's just a team lift.
I'll hold on to this dagger just for a little while.
Yes, let us know what it does when you get a chance to try it out. Yeah. I'm partial to just my fists, and I think our friend Amumus here is partial to his shield.
Yeah, before I use it, I'm going to do the identify spell on it at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, shall we head back to our mothership here?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Let's get out of here.
Sounds good. So yeah, you can easily pick up the chest, move it into your rowboat, and push off. Do you care to do anything else on or with or to the ship before you leave?
Set it on fire.
I was legitimately considering it. Yeah,
it's an option.
I don't think it's a bad idea. Like, it'll stop somebody else from coming here. I mean, it's a ghost ship waiting to happen. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and do so. I'll use my create bonfire to create a bonfire on the stairwell that I was fighting on. So it the fire goes onto the roof above it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to maintain concentration on that for however long I can do, and see if that catches the ship on fire. I'm not worried about it, but I mean, it would be also super dope to sail away from a burning ship. I feel like that would give us some street cred or street cred for pirate.
Come sail.
Anyone else want to join in that process?
Pyromancy.
Definitely.
Yes, I want to purge that place.
Cool.
Of all evil. Undead.
Well then, yeah, we'll say Alibaba will shoot off a few of his flaming eldritch blasts to blow some nice holes in the hull there, which will sort of aid a sinking process in addition to the fire process. Anubis will use his sacred flame. While the bonfire and the eldritch blast seem to burn the physical wood, the sacred flame seems to ignite almost the darkness within the bottom of the ship, and between the two of those, like almost like the physical space is being burned by physical fire, and like the empty space is being burned by this metaphysical fire. The ship goes up like a torch as you row away with your spoils, and I shall
Evil.
return you to this map. I don't know why Alibaba's not here, but you get the idea.
He is over on the
Oh,
right.
there he is. Yeah, I see him.
On the bow.
So upon your return, members of the crew give you a hand up. Joe Glass comes here and is like, "Hey, let me help you with that," and helps you sort of heave-ho this chest upon the deck here. And Captain Abel walks over and goes, "Hey, what you find then?"
Ghost ship with skeleton crew and chest with gold in it. Just sort of, typical things.
Around here we call that a Tuesday.
Well, it is Monday.
Hi. and he kicks open the top of the chest. And
Gareth is canonically not familiar with the improv yes and.
The Black Susan, she'll come over as well. And they all kind of look at the gold and they're like, "Well done, all right. Well, you'll of course get your share like everyone else. And maybe a little bit extra for being the boarding party there.
We would highly appreciate that.
You earned your stripes. You have the trust of every man on this crew now. Well, we continue our pursuit of our prey. You'll have some time. We're maybe a day out as they return to their posts. You can do as you please."
Well, we appreciate that. I imagine I personally will take a small nap of some kind to bolster my magical abilities and such.
I would like to take a long nap of some kind.
Yes.
I would like to go into a dark room and sit with my dagger and identify it.
As soon as you before you did the identify statement, when you said, "I just want to sit in my room with a dagger," Ibubis immediately puts his hoof on your shoulder and says, "Alibaba, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. If you ever want to talk."
No, it's not like that,
okay.
Anubis.
Okay, I was just.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Yeah, and Joe Glass will just say, "Very impressive work. Missed doing things like that back in the day." And he'll climb back up his perch. But yeah, this is indeed an opportunity to long rest, should you care to. What are we saying?
Sounds like a plan. I was gonna say that I was gonna try to see if I couldn't go and Joe Glass is the lookout, right?
He's up in the crowd.
I was gonna see if I couldn't
unless you stop him first.
One of the Aries or whatever they're called, one of the lookout posts. I was gonna see if I could bring some pillows and blankets up there and sleep in the highest point I can get to.
Yeah, for sure. This ship's of moderate size, so it's just got the one mast, but it's big enough that you could nap up there and Joe Glass, he'll probably be up there until sundown or whenever it's not practical to look out anymore, and then he'll
company for a bit and then just head to bed.
For sure. Well, yeah, if you want to do any talking to him or role play or whatever, let me know. Alibaba,
I'll do a rum check.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, I was gonna say I'll talk to him a bit later.
Yeah.
Just to get his vibe.
Totally. So you're casting the identify spell, is that accurate?
Yes. Let me throw that.
Well, I'm
So I must touch it throughout the casting.
Yeah, as you lay your hands on this dagger and focus your mind, a lot of your informative magic takes the form of your patron telling you something about an item, as your magic is pack magic, and you hear the voice of Jedi speaking in your mind, who says, yes, this is a powerful item you found. Magical weapons. Weren't you dead? I thought I was done with this.
Oh, no, I don't think you'll be done with me for a while, my friend. I'm a very powerful warlock. I don't know if you know this.
I am the one who knows this best, as all of your power comes from me.
And I thank you for that. So what is this?
Alas, I am unlucky among jinn.
I would like to think you're very lucky. I mean, I'm a great person.
I'll take your word for it. This dagger is connected to some realm of dreams or sleep. It seems to be lethal and yet non-lethal. An interesting item, to be sure. I would keep it close, as there may be more to it than even first appears.
Ooh.
And the item is now in your inventory. Or in your hands.
Cool.
Cool.
I love these handouts.
Yeah, you're Mr. Handouts. You keep coming across the things first.
I think that's what playing a greedy character will do.
Right.
You
end
just
up getting the item
I'll
first.
touch it, sure.
Yeah, especially when you're worried about getting into packs or having permanent damage to its, soul.
Yeah. So, provided I did it right, you should see kind of what it's about now.
Anubis is just kind of passed out. He was doing some prayer meditation, then he kind of fell asleep. So he's not really
they have
doing a lot of role play stuff.
Yeah, they have fairly comfortable cruise quarters with like hammocks. They probably end up having to string 2 hammocks together for you, because even as a fairly lean minotaur, you're larger than most of the crew, who are fairly average sized people. But yes, you have a comfortable night below deck.
And
yes.
DM,
what's up?
DM, we may just want to consider some sort of a pausing point here shortly. Just FYI. Putting that bug in your ear.
Long rests are always a good time to...
Yeah, sounds good. We'll just do
rest.
Any role play or conversation that Koros wants to do, and then we can call it at that point, unless Alibaba has other things he cares to do.
I think he's done. He's just going to sleep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just while Joe Glass, I assume he's sort of doing his job while mildly ignoring an elven boy who is sort of I'm gonna say I've built up a large kind of nest-like structure to make it. It's even a little bit difficult for Joe to like walk around because I have cushioned his lookout post quite a lot.
Yeah, he's kind of leaning against the wall of the crow's nest. They're chasing a ship which is within sight now, so he's pretty much locked on that. He's not needing to be on a swivel or anything, so he's comfortable just standing where he is.
And I'm going to ask him, Joe, how long have you been a part of this crew? How long has this crew been sailing the seas as well?
Well, I've been apart from the start. We left port some months ago, I suppose. We just kind of look for treasure or derelict vessels. We've definitely been chasing this one for a while, though.
This is an odd question. Do you know what you did before? Can you recall what you did before you joined this ship?
I've been a sailor my whole life. I was a cabin boy, and you work yourself up to a crewmates, just swabbing the deck. And I eventually found myself as a lookout. It's certainly a higher estate than I once was in. It's
higher is correct.
Well done. But yeah, it's no captain or quartermaster, but it beats a mop in your hands, I suppose.
I think you're endearing yourself to the captain, which is a good step up in leadership. That means you'll gain more and more responsibilities. Yes, I was mostly curious about your past and past of some of the others. Make sure that it was all on the up and up, and mostly just curious about if you could recall everything about your past for various reasons.
I mean, I can't say I've met a man who remembered everything about his past.
No, indeed.
Some things are meant to fade. Makes it easier. I've always sailed the sea, but I can't swear I've always sailed this sea.
Do you know what sea this is? We've gotten a bit turned around. I'm not 100% certain exactly where we are.
I don't know who names the sea. It's I don't know. It's just the one we've been on.
Yes. Well, ordinarily, map makers or kings will be the ones to name seas just so that you can point them out and be like, yes, let's sail this one. The Sword Coast and whatnot. I don't know. If you don't know the name of the sea, that's perfectly fine.
He looks off in the distance and doesn't make eye contact with you, and pauses for a moment and says, "It's the endless sea."
Certainly does seem like it.
Yeah, feels like it, don't it? And he looks back at you and sort of resumes normal conversation.
I will pleasantly engage him in conversation until he decides to leave.
That
is all I really wanted to talk about.
Yeah, it's lonely times on the sea, so he stays till a decent time after sunset. Just talking. He talks about sailing, talks about the different roles he's held on a ship. Talks about his ambitions, wants to be a captain one day. He seems to at least believe he has a full life. He He mentions past loves. Definitely vague on names, and if you pry into sort of where they met or the details of who they were, he seems to get a bit befuddled. But as far as like, he has stories of events that happened, but they're always in kind of generic terms, like we were at a port, we were at a beach, we were at a garden, without being able to elaborate necessarily.
Interesting.
That makes sense. Current running theory is that the path sort of, since it has access to our memories, kind of amalgamizes and paints over the particularities of individual stories, and it's just like, this is what pirates are like.
Mm.
But I have nobody in particular to share these theories with, so I will say it to Twitch.
Nice.
But yeah, that's me done with my
Cool.
interrogation.
Well, if we want to be done, we can save this for future playing.
Sounds
Well.
good. Well, I had fun. It was good to get back in the swing of things with our D&D Monday nights. That was really good. So, Twitch, I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We're going to be doing this more on the regs now. Shout out to Mina in the chat for really making that a fun experience. So you too can help us keep it lively by following and subscribing and hitting up the chat. We love some good banter. We of course love playing D&D, but we also like good banter too. So we encourage you to tell your friends about this and find us on Twitch. I also post these videos, and the Putu crew gets our stuff out on YouTube as well. You can find us through that. And if that is, and I think that's it for the general announcements. We're just happy to be back and out of the grind, and kind of living our lives now, which is good out of that time of not D&D. Yep. So everybody have a wonderful night. Stay happy and stay healthy. Good night.